All right, everybody. Hey, let's see if we're back. We are back. We're so back. We're back. We're back. Thanks for hanging in there. I don't know what happened, but somebody said it right. You got to sacrifice the Comcast gods, and I didn't. So, go figure. Let me fix a few things again, and we'll get back to it. We're back. A dinosaur story. Heck yeah, let's go. You know what? Can't hold us back here, right? Can't hold us back. Give me just 1 second. Let me fix a few things. And we'll zoom in ever so slightly so you can see my face again. There we go. And we're back. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened. Sorry about it. Let's do it. Uh-oh, did we lose the game? We lost the game, it looks like. Hang on 1 sec. The stream is not ending. There we go. It's back. I don't know what's going on. Comcast is killing us. Yeah, they're very upset because Saban is leaving us, I guess, so. Screen still black for you? Uh-oh. You've got the picture? Welcome. Sir. Aw, thank you for the sub, for the gift sub. Appreciate that. Try refresh. If it's not back, you see it? Okay, okay. Good. Picture's much better. Okay, good. Listen, I don't know. I have no idea what to say to you. But I am glad that we're sorting it out, everybody. I'm glad. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay, let's get to it. Sir. And you just subbed. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. We are so back. Yeah. The game of life. All right, let's do it. We're back. We are so back. I say that. We're still lost, but we are so back. Yuffie is going to be hilarious. I love Yuffie. Now, I did not like her in the original. But we're lost together, right? We can do it together.
Let's do this. Don't overdo it.
Guess it's my turn.
I hate these guys so much.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little?
Barrett's really excited. Crap! We've already done this part. Okay. Everything looks the freaking same. Okay, show me the map. Okay. There's a thing up here. So we need to go back over here and that way. Got it. There also appears to be something over here. Ay, ay, ay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, we run over here, and then we have to go down this ladder over here, I think. Taking shots, huh? If you are taking shots every time I get lost, it's gonna be a long night for y'all. Oh, we already took this part. Oh my gosh. Okay, I take it back. I take back what I said about this chapter. I like the characterization. This is tedious. Oh my goodness. It is a maze. Just like life, everybody. Life is a maze. And sometimes you gotta turn out the lights. Is that right? I don't think that works. That's bad advice. Don't listen to that advice. Keep the lights on, everybody. Okay, here's another lamp. Hey, thanks for the sub, Goddess Midgar. Amazing. Okay, that looks like a thing. Go downstairs. I'm just trapped. I'm trapped in this purgatory. Okay, that's not the right way. Let's go down these stairs again. Let's try this. And then we're gonna turn around. Oh my gosh, lots of things happening over here. Thank you. It might be a labyrinth. Where's the Minotaur, right? Purgatory's right. We're
right
turning
back
out.
where we started. Where was that last light again?
Yeah, Tifa, where was that last light? Hey, listen. I never claimed to be professional Noctis. Oh, wait. This is H1, right? Yeah, this is where we started. And over here is something else. What? Let's just walk over here. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. You remind me of a babe, like what they called pretty girls in the 90s? Oh, this is the crap. That's the fan. We don't want to go to the fan again. So, okay, good news. That's not the right way. Not doing that. Babe the Pig. What you know about Babe the Pig, Racy May? Oh, I've seen Labyrinth. I have seen Labyrinth. This is something else entirely. Guess we're gonna go over here, though.
Where could they be going? Embarking on an adventure to
Find some treasure. I love it when Barrett sings. Oh, that's from Labyrinth. Okay, yeah. Not really my thing.
Ventilation system service mode active. Access maintenance terminal to complete procedure.
Barrett is the karaoke king. Oh crap, this is gonna be terrible.
We stop it?
Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated time limit.
Oh, this is not
Man,
gonna go
what are we
well.
even doing?
Oh no!
Nothing personal.
There we go, get him! Why do I get minus points? Oh, because of Labyrinth? Sorry about it.
Deal with that.
Get it! Barrett! Get it!
Whatever.
Watch yourself.
Hang back. This is on you.
Guess it's
Barrett!
my turn.
Kill it!
Hope you don't mind.
Nothing to it.
That could have been way worse. But we did it!
Access granted. Disengaging time.
First try. Professional Noctis.
Okay.
What?
Oh, there's the treasure. To find some treasure! Just an item. Ooh, there's the treasure. But again, hard mode, you don't get to use items, so. Hey chat, what's your go-to karaoke song? And the answer is not, I don't sing karaoke. If you were forced to sing karaoke, what is your go-to karaoke song? Everybody, what's your choice? I'll tell you mine. You gotta tell me yours first. Slow Burn by Casey Musgraves. Nice. Oh, do I sing karaoke? Don't Stop Believing. Yeah! That's some range. That's good. I love it. You feel would crush baby. Did it really? What was your answer? Alone by Heart. Great song. Yes. Bohemian Rhapsody. Now that's a good one because it's a song that keeps on going. That's great. That's a great one. Careless Whisper for the gigs. Okay. 46 and 2 by Tool. Yeah. Oh man, these are great. Only one guy got asked because he said a fun fact about himself that he could sing. Okay. Go West, king of wishful thinking. Now that is a song, man. That's great. Living on a Prayer. Awesome. Oh my gosh, y'all. The music seems so loud. Do you want me to turn it down a little bit? I can turn it down a little bit. No? Oh, okay. No, not on the stream. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you were... FF7 music was about to come through the screen at you. So, take that. Okay, listen, I don't know. It's a careless whisper lyric. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mr. Marshall, for the sub. Okay, and this is not the way, I don't think. But it might be the way. Let's just look. Do we see a lamp over there? Yes, I see a lamp right over there. So maybe this is... Let's float over. Thank you, VII Music, for defending VII Music.
Almost done. It's a shame we had to wander around so
That's funny.
much.
Well, no stamps here to guide us. No Jesse or Wedge to back
Jesse
us
or
up
Wedge.
here.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what should we tell Biggs? I don't want him to worry.
Do y'all have cell phones? Wait, what? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, thank you. Please, listen, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Holy crap! Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I don't know why I wasn't notified about that. Probably because I was like freaking out that my stream was going down a second ago. So, dang. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are the best. And because of your kindness, I found the next lamp. So let's go. Well, I mean, I'm really close to the next lamp. That is. I'm not quite there yet.
If there's no viable path, we'll just have to make one.
Yeah. It's you. Well, rats. Oh, I can go vertical too. The old gang is back. Oh. There we go. There. Oh man. Okay, so my go-to karaoke song, everybody, is I would do anything for love by Meatloaf. It's my favorite song to sing. I love it.
Make this quick.
Shouldn't be hard. Sure.
It's a great song. It's a great song. My brother and I used to sing that karaoke like years ago. And my brother, who's also a high school football coach, he would like pretend to run and dance while I would sing it. It was great. I also sang that song about a year and a half ago at a restaurant here in Tuscaloosa, and they gave me half of my meal for free. Like they gave me a 50% discount because I sang. Songs by Cake. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Get in there. Hold. Yeah.
And that makes 3. Enough to finally get our cargo platform moving.
Better be.
I should.
Okay,
I should.
let's head on back to the H1
There
side.
is an open position. I told him, I was like, listen, if you want to come up to college, we're looking for a new coach.
Injury isn't anything serious.
The best thing you can do to speed her recovery is to kick Shinra's ass in her stead.
I know. And Cloud's got a cover for Wedge, too.
Down we go. I have seen the literal music video. Is there a chance to make an FF9 lecture? There's a chance. Yeah. I would not mind doing that at all. Chimera, you would think that you'd missed a lot, but the good news is you have not, because I got lost. So we are doing all right. You are just fine tonight. Okay, everybody, let's just look around and get our bearings for a second. Do we see a lamp? Or have I gotten all the lamps? I might have gotten all the lamps.
When do we link up with Biggs?
Soon enough, don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
He knew we might be late, so he came up with a few ways to kill time.
We ought to reach him long before he dies aboard.
I'll become a miner like the rest of you? I don't think I can do that. Oh, a niner! Oh, no. Maybe, I don't know. I like
And
Final
we're
Fantasy
back at the
9.
cargo platform.
Get ready, Marco Reactor 5. We're coming.
So there's 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I've gotten to 3. Yeah. So let's just go back to this place. You're not a niner. 9's good. It's not my favorite. But it's not my least favorite. I like it. Great music.
Auxiliary power supply confirmed. Reactivating cargo platform.
7 music you don't like, not yeah.
Awaiting input.
Yeah, well I'm pretty
So long,
controversial
Underplate.
in that I don't
I'll hate
like
you too.
5. My least favorite is Final Fantasy 5. My least favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 5. That's a hot take, I know. But it is my least. And I was talking to my friend, if you follow the Well-Read Mage over on Twitter or over on the Pixels, we were talking about it the other day, and he said something that I had never thought of before, but he said Final Fantasy V is maybe the only Final Fantasy that is considered a true comedy. And I'm like, you know what? It leans into the comedy aspect a little bit more than Final Fantasy 4 and 6 do. Whereas those two are melodrama. 5 is very much a comedy. And so I think that might be it. In Bart's, but if you translate from Japanese, it's butts. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Listen, I understand. I understand that people don't like 15. I understand the jank. I hope that you will hang out with us when we do the 15 stream later this year. Not because I want you to like it more, but I want you to understand why I like it. Because I think that you'll like it. I think you'll like the fact that I like 15, even if you don't like it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay, so we're gonna go across here, and then we're gonna have our first miniature lecture of Heidegger. Okay, everybody?
Wonder what the reactor's like.
Dark, dismal. A slaughterhouse where they butcher
I did,
flesh.
Leon. I did. You're hit or miss on FF games?
Smell. The Mako. Be ready for it.
What's your least favorite 7 music? Curious.
Hear that, guys? It's the reactor calls. Beckoning us saying, bring it on, Avalanche.
Nick. A lot of people agree with you there. I love 13. I love it. Okay, let me be clear. Even Final Fantasy V, even though it's my least favorite, a day playing Final Fantasy V is still better than a day playing something that's not Final Fantasy to me. Unless it's like Zelda, you know, but it's still a good day when you're playing Final Fantasy. Yeah. Okay.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
See ya!
Come on.
Bring it home!
You're burned out on Zelda? Oh my gosh, I love me some Zelda, man. I love it. I adored Tears of the Kingdom so much. Really? I love both of them. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I just had so much fun with both of them.
Buzz off.
On the worst Final Fantasy.
Take the lead.
Okay, let's go.
The ending of Tears of the Kingdom is really cool. It's a really, really a fun rush sort of thing. Barrett, buddy, this is where you shine.
All set. You're up.
Take it over.
There we go. Ooh, Lady Experiment. I love Twilight Princess.
Don't
I
overdo
love it.
Let's go.
Oh, hit, yeah! I'll do it. Suck on this!
Oh, okay, Sarah. Nice. I do love some Twilight
Big should be
Princess,
waiting
man.
for us up ahead.
He's probably worried sick about us.
He probably is. Okay, everybody, let's take a pause for just a second as we talk a little bit about Heideggerian. There we go. Heideggerian philosophy. So a quick thing to kind of keep in mind, we are talking about Heidegger because Heidegger is a character in Final Fantasy VII and VII Remake. And so one of the things that we are wanting to do is ask the question, why would they go to the effort of naming a character Heidegger in this way, right? Give me 1 second because I had to restart my computer. I'm having to like figure some stuff out real quick. Sorry, I'm having to log in real fast. Let's see. Okay, hang on 1 second. I gotta grab my phone real fast because it's making me do something real fast. Hang on. Okay, I am back. My fault. Do do do. Empty seat knocked us. Yeah, you know. Okay, now then. All right. Sorry, Apple is making sure that I'm incredibly well protected, and we appreciate that. Okay, so like I mentioned, Martin Heidegger was a philosopher in the 20th century. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and I mentioned that we're going to talk about being in time, we're going to talk about death, we're going to talk about conscience, all this kind of stuff. I want to start with this. Let's start with the idea of being in time. So in this book, this work that he wrote called that same thing, Being and Time, 437 pages of some of the most legendarily difficult philosophy to try to understand. Okay, here's what Heidegger says about some of this stuff. The basic idea of being in time is really, really easy to understand. Being is time. Existence is time. That is, what it means for a human being to exist temporally in the stretch, between life or birth and death. And so, if you think about your life, your being is comprised not before you were born or not after you're born, but it is in the fullness of the time that you have experienced living. Now that seems like a very fundamental, rudimentary sort of thing, but what I want you to think about for a second is this. If being is time and time is finite, it comes to an end with our death. And therefore, there is this idea of an existential crisis that we all sort of endure here. Are you with me? Are you with me? So if we want to understand what it means to be an authentic human being, then it's essential that we constantly project our lives onto the horizon of our death. And this is what Heidegger calls, quote, being towards death. Are you with me? This is like a really kind of wild thing. You begin, it's like that saying, you begin with the end in mind. But you are a being that is hurtling toward an inevitability. And that inevitability is the end of whatever your existence is. So, to state it a little bit more fundamentally, maybe a little bit more crudely, you see this in thinkers like the Apostle Paul, Martin Luther, Kierkegaard, but it's all through the relationship that one has toward God. Okay, so that's where the theology comes in. It's through this relation to God that one finds themselves. Like it says in the book of Acts, where Paul is quoting Greek poets, in him we live and move and have our being. So for Heidegger, however, the question of God's existence or non-existence really doesn't have any philosophical relevance. Instead, the self can become what it truly is through the confrontation with its own mortality and death, by making meaning out of our finite selves, making meaning out of our finitude. Does that make sense? You make meaning understanding there's an ending to it. And so, if our being is finite, if it's temporal, then what it means to be human consists in grasping this finitude, in becoming who one is, to use Nietzsche's words. Heidegger really liked to cite that. In fact, in my predestination video, I talked about Nietzsche's concept of becoming who you are. And if you want to change yourself, then you actually have to change things retroactively about yourself. Well, Heidegger really leaned into some of that mentality, and the idea was that he would look at this finite existence, and he would say our desire is to figure out some sort of ecstatic temporality, to find some sort of meaning in the midst of our temporal nature. Okay, so here's why I mention all of this. All of that super heady stuff, and if I was sitting where you are right now, my head would be spinning. It's like, what is this guy talking about? Here's the point. The human being is not definable by what? But instead, it's more like we're definable, human beings are definable by a who that is shaped in the existence of time. For example, a human being is not defined by saying, well, you're a human being, like a table or a chair or something like that. Instead, what it means to be human is to exist with a certain past, are you with me? A personal and cultural history, and an open series of possibilities. This is what I want you to listen to. I want you to think about the open series of possibilities that you can either seize hold of or not. Which brings us to maybe the most important point of this portion of tonight. If the being of a being human is defined by what is mine, my cultural experiences, my time, then my being is not a matter of indifference to me. A table or a chair cannot recite Hamlet's soliloquy, for example, or self-question or self-doubt, but we can. And this is what is different about what it means to be human than anything else that really exists. So for Heidegger, there's two modes. All of this comes down to two things. There's an authentic and an inauthentic self, which I think if you've played through Final Fantasy VII, you understand that there is this identity crisis at play, and Heidegger goes into this, and we'll actually talk about this in our next mini lecture in a second, or after we play a little bit. But these two modes of authenticity and inauthenticity, we have a choice to make between these two modes. The choice is to be oneself or to not be oneself, to be the author of oneself and self-authorizing or not. And Heidegger insists that we, as he will do throughout the rest of this book, that inauthenticity does not signify a lower or lesser being, but many readers have had reason to doubt a lot of that for him. So what I would say about all of this is that we find our being first and foremost in the three dimensions, like our space in our current moment. I'm yay high, yay wide, yay deep, right? And Heidegger brings in a fourth term, and he says your fourth dimension is that time. It's the moment since birth that you have lived, and the moment toward death that you are currently living. So when it comes to Heidegger and trying to figure out who we are and identity, I'm just kind of musing here for a second. Who I am at this stage of my life right now is totally different than who I was at 20 years old. When I was first getting started in life, I was closer to birth than I was toward midlife, than I was toward the grave, right? And our perspective is only informed by the finite amount of time that we've been able to be on the planet. And because of that, there's a limited scope to our being. Okay, let me stop there for now, and we're going to dig into that in about, maybe 30 more minutes to talk a little bit more about why that's important. But let me ask you, when it comes to Final Fantasy VII, what did you hear in that description that conveys some of the themes of Final Fantasy VII, particularly with Cloud, Tifa, maybe Aerith, Barrett even? What did you think about some of that? Hey, Hoven, you did miss the Heidegger breakdown, the first one, but we've got 4 Heidegger breakdowns tonight, and that was just the intro. So on being and time, yeah, okay, Eternal Realm, say more. Eternal Realm, say more. Yeah, because I think that's a kind of interesting thing. The idea of inauthentic self, yourself, how you are informed by all of the time that you've lived up to this point and the time that you have remaining. He talks a lot about this existential life and death crisis. I've long said, and I think that the developer interviews kind of convey this as well, that Final Fantasy VII is a story that conveys the primary theme of life and death. Heidegger leans into this idea of mortality and life and death. And so as we continue to move forward, we'll see this. Racy, you say it kind of reminds you of Interstellar and how they discuss that the other beings could access time physically, but we can't. Yeah, that's exactly right. It really does kind of feel like that. Definitely Cloud's sense of self. Is Cloud living in an authentic self or an inauthentic self? No. So that is where we're going to go for our next mini aside in kind of the end of the chapter, okay? Let's get back to the game. Continue to talk about this, think about Heidegger, Heidegger's character, all that kind of stuff as we go through. All right, let's get on with the game. If he didn't know or remember his past, it's got to be hard to find purpose. Yes, that's exactly right, Sarah. That's such a great way of thinking about it. If Cloud is murky about his station in life, about beginning and ending, life, death, and kind of the grief process of that, man, can he really find himself?
Even after all that
That's
fighting, no one's coming for us?
okay. Oh man,
This is Shinra City. They probably have
does
cameras
Zack
everywhere.
overlap as well?
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Way too late to bail now.
Yeah,
It's
Yarn.
like walking
Heck
a
yeah.
tightrope. When you're on it, only 2 ways off.
Better keep my balance.
You'd be good at it.
I wonder.
Mild flirting there, Tifa and Cloud.
Almost there.
Almost there, Barrett.
Tifa?
It's nothing.
It is in one of the Rebirth commercials. Yeah.
Just thinking about the next step. Didn't think I'd be this nervous.
Some things you never get used to.
Yeah.
Heidegger's really tough to understand. I'm
Mercy!
mercy.
Wait, Cloud. Where's Jesse and Wedge?
Report.
Topside's going nuts after some terrorists.
Hey
jumped
Daisy,
off a
what's
train.
up? Welcome to
Nice
the
and
chat.
quiet
How
here.
you doing?
So quiet I had no trouble securing your route into the reactor.
You magnificent son of a bitch. Bring it in.
So, where are the others?
Nice dodge.
Jesse got
That's
hurt
me when
and
people try to
couldn't make it.
hug me.
Bad?
Not so bad she couldn't rope in this guy.
Thanks for stepping up.
It's a job.
Worked out pretty good. You picking that train you
Ah,
did.
Daisy, it's great to see
While
you.
Shinra
Welcome,
scours
welcome, welcome.
Sector 4.
Everybody, Daisy was my
You
first
waltz
streamer
right
friend on
into
Twitch.
Sector 5. It's a bit of a squeeze, but gotta get
It's so
you
good
where
to see you
need go.
tonight.
Little dark and foreboding for my taste.
Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, and you'll be needing your grappling guns, of course. All set?
Ready to take on the world and then some.
Make sure everyone gets clear, okay?
Will do.
Daisy, how's life? What you been playing lately?
Okay, y'all. Keep these grappling guns close. Secure them to your belt or whatever so you don't lose them. When we're done, we'll be using these babies to get down safe.
Zach, Sarah, y'all are killing it. That's so right.
All of us.
Great, great points. both
Got
of
it.
you. Hmm.
More to the left. The left.
Wait.
Hurry it up. Fix those lights.
Excuse me, sir. Your tie?
It's our man Heidegger.
Quickly now, quickly!
Now, I want to try to get a capture of Heidegger in a second.
That's
Coral
it.
Island,
That's
nice.
the smell. This place reeks of Mako.
Looks like we made it.
Layout's the same as Reactor 1.
Yeah. We're near Mako storage.
Let's move.
Okay, so now we are in the Sector 5 reactor. Let's see what's going on here. This is actually one of my favorite chapters because it's got my favorite boss at the end of it.
I'm not seeing a way down.
Here, maybe?
Well now, that could work.
One way down. I wonder what Mako smells like too. Ooh. I mean, these guys, what is happening?
Kinda scary, huh?
It's all in the
Thanks for
mind.
hanging out, Daisy. My least favorite boss? Okay, listen, I love the Hell House. It's so good. My least favorite boss, probably the final experiment, or one of the experiments later on in the later chapter.
Hey, check it out.
But this is my
They
favorite.
sick this big boy on us, we'd be screwed 6 ways from Sunday.
Mechanized units like these were designed to take out giant monsters. Probably a new prototype. If they do decide to deploy it, then our best bet would be to run like hell.
Oof. Then let's hope he sleeps through the explosion.
Also, I love the music in this, the
Where
way
is
they
it?
did the
You
factory
mean Shinra?
music.
Got spooked and
Or
cleared
reactor
out, is my
music.
guess. Ain't no thing. Da-da-da-da-da,
Oh, man.
da-da-da.
Almost there.
Barrett with the victory music.
It takes me back.
Yeah, Tifa. Let's go bomb this place. The music that I absolutely love in this reactor is when they, well, we'll get to it, but it's when you're starting to leave.
It's on you.
Hell yeah!
Barrett is very excited. You hear that music? They love your facts. We all love your facts. VII Music is the most knowledgeable person I know about his namesake. I know that's shocking to no one, because, like, of course he is, but... Come on, Tifa. Get it. Oh, dang.
I got this.
I love Anxious Heart. It's so good. Oh, ow. We need to pray. There we go.
Keep it together.
Guess it's my turn.
Let's go.
So, it was like this last time?
Yeah.
That Mako though.
Sephiroth. Soldiers. Mako. Shinra. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
Hey, Soldier Boy.
Tifa.
What?
So everybody, before we get into this next part, VII Music, you actually hit right on it. I mentioned that we were going to talk about Heidegger regarding anxiety and fear, and this is a great moment to do this. And while we do this, I actually want to play a song by the same name, right? Anxiety or anxious, that same thing in the background, just so that we kind of have that in our minds as we do this. But anxiety is something. It's a recurring sort of thing that happens. It's a recurring theme in this game. Anxious Heart. So I'm going to play from Sing 4D Laughter. Huge shout out to them. But this is their rendition of Anxious Heart. I'm going to share a little bit about Heidegger and anxiety and fear here. Here's what I've learned from reading some of his stuff. Here's what it's called, or here's what it says. In order to understand what Heidegger means by anxiety, we have to distinguish it from another mood that he examines, fear. Heidegger gives a phenomenology of fear earlier in his work, Being and Time. His claim is that fear is always fear of something threatening, something particular in the world. Are you with me? Fear is always a fear of something threatening. Let's say I'm afraid of spiders. Fear has an object, and when that object is removed, I am no longer fearful. Therefore, I see a spider in the bath and I'm suddenly frightened. My non-spider-fearing friend removes the offending arachnid. I'm no longer fearful. So that we understand. Matters are very different with anxiety. If fear is fearful of something particular and determinate in time and space, then anxiety is often anxious about nothing in particular and is indeterminate. Now, this is not taking into account things like clinical anxiety and things like that, but there's a distinction between fear and anxiety. Fear has an object, anxiety does not have definition and a determinant. Okay? Even sometimes we missay. My Streamlabs timer messed up again? Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, is everybody still with me? Everybody still with me? Everybody still with us? Sorry. Okay, just making sure. I'm making sure the stream didn't mess up. Okay, sorry about it. So here's the thing. So we got this fear and we've got this anxiety piece. Here's what Heidegger says about anxiety as well. It says, matters are very different with anxiety. If fear is fearful of something particular and determinate, anxiety is anxious about nothing in particular and indeterminate. So fear is directed at some sort of distinct thing in the world, spiders or whatever, but anxiety is anxious about being in the world as such. Okay? It's a fear, it's a concern or an anxiety about being. Anxiety is experienced in the face of something completely indefinite. It is, as Heidegger says, nothing and nowhere, and yet it's still very present and very real. So what's first glimpsed in anxiety, he says, is a notion of the authentic self. It's a notion of the authentic self. As the world slips away, we kind of obtrude. And we think about this in a number of different terms, but think about it like this. Inauthentic life in the world is completely bound up with things and other people in a kind of groundless floating. That's what Heidegger says. We groundlessly float through life without having a foundation and a groundedness. Everyday life in the world is like being immersed in the sea and drowned by the world's suffocating kind of existence. Anxiety is the experience of the tide going out, the seawater draining away, revealing a self stranded on the strand, as it were. And anxiety is that basic mood when the self first distinguishes itself from the world and becomes self-aware. Okay, are you with me? One final thing, and then we're going to kind of unpack this. Anxiety is the first experience, Heidegger says, toward our freedom. Now, I'm not talking about clinical anxiety. I'm talking about this anxiety about existence. Not fear of anything in particular, but this anxious heart toward where one is, this groundless floating. It's our first experience of our freedom, as a freedom from things and other people. It's a freedom to begin to become ourselves. Anxiety is perhaps the philosophical mood par excellence. It's the experience of detachment from things and from others where I can begin to truly think freely for myself. Okay, so that's a lot to think about there. So anxiety is not necessarily the idea of I'm afraid of this thing, but it is this sense of worry, anxious heart of I don't have a grounding. I don't have a foundation right now. Does that make sense, everybody? So there's nothing to really take away, right? You can't remove the spider and suddenly you don't have anxiety because you're just kind of in it and you're just kind of present and there with it, all right? So what does this mean? Well, for the narrative of this story, and I think it's so interesting that we've got this song, Anxious Heart, we've got Anxiety as another song in it. It is this feeling of where am I, where's my place? Cloud's journey to find himself. We just got a glitch of his memory, and where am I in this memory? And certainly Aerith. Yeah, Yarn. Aerith comments on the sky and her dread-laden description of freedom. I miss the steel sky, right? Yeah, that's a great example. So there's some comfort in the known. But when it comes into where do I fit into all of this, there's a degree of comfort even in predestination. You know? The idea that, well, everything's marked out, I can just live according to that. We're not necessarily to those parts of this game yet, but you know it's coming. The lack of that creates an anxious sort of fear of like, what is the unknown? And yet, it's necessary in order to encounter freedom. In psychology, Leon says, anxiety is future fear. Yeah. Thinking about things to come where dread and fears foster with this uncertainty. Yeah. When she has knots in her stomach when walking toward calm. That's great. Cloud's a great example. He's terrified of what might happen in the unknown. Hence his reaction later to Sephiroth being, yeah, exactly. All of this. Y'all are great. Again, you're just killing it with your comments. Never experienced freedom before, really. Yeah. The other thing that comes up in a therapeutic setting, the comfort of the known being what deprives one of liberation. Yup. Yeah. I kind of liken it to this. Have you ever gotten so sort of stuck in your routine, in your life and stuff that you're just like, am I just existing? What is this? Part of meaning making is trying to determine the purpose, the meaning that we make, the self-authorizing that happens between birth and death. And bringing this in together there, it's one of those questions of like, how do we get unstuck? How do we become our true selves? And in some ways, we have to act retroactively and reframe the past. I'll give you a story from my own life, my own example. So, in moments when I felt stuck, typically there have been things there have been experiences, maybe experiences with family, experiences with jobs and stuff, where I was telling myself a particular narrative. And in order, to use kind of Nietzsche's phrasing, but to pair it with Heidegger's, in order to change who you are, you have to change some things retroactively. And most of the time, that is an impossibility. You can't change the past, but you can change the authorization, the authoring of how the past story is told. And so it becomes a changing of the mind of that story didn't end my story, but it brought life to this opportunity. My family wasn't a barrier, a limit, but it was a platform that I had to step out of. That job wasn't a thing that I failed at, but instead it was a learning experience that gave me... Does that make sense, everybody? You can't change the past, but you can retroactively reflect on the past to change your personal present reality. Are you with me? The key to overcoming that freedom, Heidegger would say, particularly, is to change... Yarn, yes, you change your relationship with the past. And in so doing, your present reality begins to shift. That begins, and this is what Heidegger would say, that moment toward that freedom of new future begins with the discomfort of anxiety. Not clinical anxiety, that's not part of this. But that moment of anxiety of like, what am I afraid of? And how do I move into this new piece? Without the anxiety, that cognitive dissonance, we are not provoked to re-author that story. You with me, everybody? Okay, that's what I think he's talking about. Heidegger's talking about, Martin Heidegger is talking about when he's talking about this anxiety as a prelude to freedom and choice in movement. It's a weird gift, right? It's a weird gift. You're doing that right now, strict upbringing, you can't change that, but you can change how you use... Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. The past is a prologue to your presence. And the way that you read it, the way you reflect on it, as hard as it is, you know? Yeah. It gives us so much more than it takes. Yeah, it's annoying that our brains like certainty and patterns, though. Yes, isn't that the truth? We want something tangible. We want that. Yeah. Yeah. Moody Beignet, yeah, it is deep. I told you, Heidegger's like level 400 classes. And I try to keep our streams level 100, but we're kind of, like I said, going into the deep end a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, and y'all are sharing stories in the chat right now. This idea of cognitive dissonance, of anxiety, of what's the story that I'm telling myself? Now, here's where it comes into Final Fantasy VII. You with me? This is so cool. Cloud is on a journey of trying to redeem, in some ways, remember, and reauthor his own story. And so, in some ways, those of you that know the story of the original Final Fantasy VII, we haven't even seen Cloud at full self-actualization. And every time we catch one of these blips, one of these little like, craziness moments that kind of glitches out for him, this is something of him remembering and reliving. And I think it's so cool that they did this. So if you've been wondering why they would name a character Brain Zaps, that's a great way to say it. If you've been wondering why they would name a character Heidegger, it's because his philosophy's all in this game. And we've got a little bit more to talk about with him too. Okay, y'all keep talking about it. Let's continue with the game now. Okay, isn't that cool stuff? Isn't that neat? Yeah. Your head was already hurting though. Okay. Well, I'm glad. Like, listen, I want to help you. I want to help you feel like you've learned something tonight. Not just play the game. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, as the professor, right? I feel like we gotta take it a little bit deeper. Okay, let me turn off Sing 4D laughter for now. We'll bring them back a little bit later. Let's do it. Yeah, and listen. I am not a philosopher. I'm number one, a theologian, okay? But I had to learn about philosophy. That's why they named him Heidegger. I think that it's more of a nod to Heidegger's philosophy, Martin Heidegger's philosophy, that they would name someone Heidegger. Now, we'll see him in a moment, and well, we'll talk about that in a second.
How much time we need?
Got all the time in the world. This one comes with a remote detonator.
Courtesy of Jesse.
So anyway,
Draw to a safe distance.
7 we make. Our 7 music. Oh my gosh.
Safe distance?
What? No such thing. We get out the same way.
Way to pick right back up.
Let's
Thank you
double
for that. Yeah. It's called I'm Sick of All This. That's great. That's great. I love that. Amazing. I love you, man. That's so fun. Yorin, I love it. Yeah.
Huh?
What the? Where you going?
He said
Weirdly
to Colorado.
perfect timing.
Wait a minute. Is someone watching us?
Let's stop there for a second. If you notice, this is Heidegger, right? I mean, even though it's a VR simulation of him, what do you notice about him, right? He's got the beard, kind of almost Germanic features. Also notice, yeah, he's a wide man, right? Notice his kind of military green suit. If you remember when you saw him in full color, not VR, he's dressed very much in kind of a very Germanic sort of Nazi sort of apparel, right? So I think that's a nod not only to his philosophy in the game, but also to his kind of Nazi affiliation politically as well, which happened, further on and stuff. So anyway, they're giving both sides of this. Let me check the chat real quick. Amazing that a streamer you watch that knows nothing of philosophy came up with the same basic idea. Yeah, just because you're so deeply paying attention to the story. Yeah, exactly, right? They do a great job of teaching philosophy in this game without it feeling like that. We're just going a little more on the nose with our stream. Okay, let's get to it. Sorry, just wanted to call out his image here.
Greetings, my dear.
Well, good, Moody. I'm glad you learned it.
As architect of our populist engagement campaign, I, Heidegger, head of public security, bid you welcome. The chief warmonger. You should be flattered. Right now, you command the undivided attention of every soul in Midgard.
Huh? What is this?
Breaking news from Mako Reactor 5. Shinra has confirmed the reactor to be the target of the bomb threat issued by the terrorist group Avalanche. Members of the group were observed entering the facility, and security is currently sweeping it for explosive devices. We now go live to the scene.
I'm here in the Sector 5 Undercity. Having confirmed the terrorist target, the Shinra Emergency Operations Center has issued an evacuation advisory. Residents are outraged that the tragedy of Mako Reactor 1 was only the first attack in a campaign of violence.
President Shinra has issued a statement providing assurances that the terrorists will soon be brought to justice.
And so, to a people beset by chaos and uncertainty, we will offer the finest comfort, bread and circus. The big boy. I give you Shinra's latest triumph of technology.
This is a great scene.
The Airbuster, your executioner.
Engineering on the line. Currently, the Airbuster is only 60% operational. The estimates were optimistic.
I'm on air. To the imbecile in charge down there. You are hereby ordered to seize those intruders and bring them to me.
I hate these guys. Shock troopers. There we go. Dr. Eggman energy. I like it. I like it. Yeah. No, you don't. Come on, Tifa. I love Barrett so much.
I don't believe it. We played
He's
right
so
into
cool.
Shinra's hands.
Yeah, and their bullshit news is already peddling their false narrative.
So we're screwed.
No, hell no!
I love Barrett. Ah!
They want to turn this into a spectacle? Then I say let's give them one. Let's take down Shinra's big-ass neck in front of everybody.
Okay, I'm sold.
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now.
One thing that I do want to point out here is that Heidegger is playing on the anxiety and fears, both of those, of the general civilization of the city populace. And so his solution is not let's work through this stuff. Instead, it's like, oh, I know what'll solve this. The thing that'll solve this panic in the streets is an execution, because that's going to solve it's like removing the spider when there's something deeper going on. And I love that Heidegger's like, this is what we can do. So, oh man, good stuff. Again, subtle nod to that philosophy.
Attention all security forces. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. I repeat. Subdue the insurgents insurgents and bring them to the
Yeah, which
command
theories are you talking about,
center.
Chimera?
Components prep for the airbuster ASAP.
It's ready, sir.
VII music. This is my favorite. Trapped Like Rats. Trapped Like Rats, and then this one right here. That's just like the mellow Sector 5 music, and it goes back into
Take him out.
Let the Battles Begin. I love it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. People love a good execution, right? In times of peril, they want to blame someone, and they want to alleviate that. Hey, Omega, what's going on?
Barrett! It looks like a few of its components are still in transit.
Salem Witch Trial, yeah.
We'll see about that.
Could tamper a little with its loadout.
Yeah,
And
Sarah,
give ourselves
exactly.
an edge?
Totally.
There should be a console somewhere.
This the console you talking about?
This the console? Yes, sir. Got you.
Think you can get it to work?
Needs a key card.
Well, let's find it then.
It's so pretty. Sometimes I'll listen to this song just to like write and do stuff around the house. Okay, where's that key card? There it is. It's just a good vibe. I love it.
You find it?
Yeah.
Oh, Grand Blue Relink?
Good
Do you
job.
like that?
Now let's check out that console.
Wrong console. My bad. Well, I said that. I was wrong. Maybe it's this one over here.
Pretty sure that console controls the door.
Oh, my bad. My bad, dude. My bad. Oh, it's this one. My bad again.
M units, huh? I'm guessing that's some sort of component?
Uh-oh.
Yep. An enhancement powered by liquefied materia.
VII music. I love the original
Pretty sure I
soundtrack
can divert
plus.
this unit
It's
for
so
disposal.
good. Of just one wing angel.
M unit flagged for disposal.
Just imagining their faces when they find out.
So far, so good.
Right. Let's move.
So we took down an M unit. That's good. Okay, line up. There we go. Nope, still didn't. There we go.
You think they're watching us?
Even now?
Even now?
Yep. Probably got a live feed.
Yeah, me too,
Nothing we
music.
can do about it. Except smile for the folks at home.
Except smile for the folks at home. I love that. I love Barrett so much. He's so funny.
Deal with that.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes.
That's the way to do it.
It is the way to do it, Tifa. We nailed it. Anything good over here? No? Just let's make sure to knock over all their boxes. Take that, Shinra. Leave a mess. Cultivating Madness is a good one too, yeah. There's not a lot of bad tracks in this.
Component outbound for B7.
Copy. We've lost contact with B8. Send some men to
truth.
check it out. We've got a schedule to keep.
I love that as they're building up to this fight with the Airbuster as the Executioner,
Intruders! Seize them!
you're having to almost like hack into the system. I love it. It's such a cool way of doing this fight. This fight where you were like, what even is an Airbuster back in the OG?
See ya.
Then we'll deal with you ourselves.
Looks like there's two consoles this time.
Double the sabotage.
If we can find the key cards.
Double the sabotage. I gotta find the key cards first, bruh. There's one.
Any
Airbuster in
cards?
hard mode was
Just
hard.
the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Two choices. And only one single-use card. It's up to you, Cloud.
Hmm. That would make it tough, wouldn't it? So, chat, what shall we remove? A bomber shell? Or an AI programming core? What do you think?
What does an AI programming core do?
Good question.
Increases processing power dedicated to motor function computation.
Bomber shells first?
Makes it move
Okay.
real quick.
A real quick giant robot, huh? That doesn't sound good. Anyway, we should weigh our options
Bombshell,
carefully.
bombshell. Okay. Well, let's go do bombshell. That seems to be the will of the chat.
Console talks about big bomber shells. You acquainted?
We call them BBs.
BBs.
One's enough to blow you to hell and back.
Could divert them and
Well,
give
Moody,
a couple less shots
I
to
don't
take
need
us out.
items
Make
because
the
it's
call.
hard mode. That's the problem. BBs. Oh gosh, that BB. Death Stranding had its charms. I never finished it, but man, that first major boss
Big
fight
bomber
was
shell
cool.
flagged for disposal.
I love Kojima's games. They're weird, but cool.
Serves you all right.
I don't want to make it faster.
So where did we send the discarded stuff?
To a storeroom for defective equipment, I'm guessing.
That's so. You think these defective shells and programming cores might be valuable enough to warrant a little detour?
Maybe.
We the
I'll see you
whispers in your chat.
If we get that far.
Okay, let's just knock over the boxes. I love making a mess for Shinra. Let's do that. Do Airbuster on hard without weakening it? I am not that professional.
Okay, listen up, y'all. Everything Shinra has told you is a goddamn lie. Mako is the lifeblood of our planet. Those greedy bastards are bleeding it dry. Y'all gotta rise up.
Barrett, who are you talking to?
The people put me on TV. I'm gonna drop some truth.
1000 Gil says they cut the sound.
The people put me on TV and I'm gonna drop some truth. I love it. Put me on TV, I'm gonna drop some truth. Let's go.
Keep it together.
Ugh. Not going well.
Take the lead.
Enough.
Do it.
Finish it.
Barrett. Crap! I hate the pausing thing. Barrett is a treasure.
Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes.
When Barrett starts singing
Go for a shower.
some Marlene's Kids songs, okay, there's the shower count. There's number one for the night. I'd kill for a shower. When he starts singing, where could they be going? On an adventure to find some treasure. The people. Put a camera on me, I'm gonna give him some truth. She's just sweaty.
Take the lead.
We can't afford any more delays.
Bam!
Those components coming. Do whatever it takes.
Get him, Tifa! Look at her go.
Taking over.
Alright, Cloud, come on. John Eric Bentley does bring the match. Oh my gosh.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Okay, key card, key card. Key card. I know I missed a key card, I think. I'm pretty sure I did, but that's okay. Oh, there's one. Pizza cake. Okay, look at it. Cloud. Cloud. There it is. Oh, maybe I've got to talk to one of them first.
Any luck with the key cards?
Maybe.
Error. Key card required for operation.
Somebody made me a pizza cake for my birthday one year. It was delicious.
Find any cards?
Yeah, the casting in this is like
And
so
this time
good.
we've got 3 choices.
Square Enix is
Take your
just
pick.
great at doing voice casting. Between this and 16, even 15, regardless of what you may think about some of the game, like the voice cast was amazing for that. Ray Chase as Noctis, oh my gosh. Hey, I think they did pretty good from 13 onward, to be honest. 10, Titus and Yuno were good. Orin was good, but Ray Chase as Noctis was like phenomenal.
AI programming.
Gosh, I love him. Yeah, the voice direction I think was the problem, but it was their first foray, right? I'll give them a little bit of a
Hell is this?
M-Unit.
pass.
Another type of enhancement.
Your call if you want to nix it.
Yeah, let's mix it. A Chicago deep dish pizza and it's a cake. That sounds delicious. Robbie Damon, oh my gosh. Man, that whole crew, they were so good. I don't think anything beats Arden's voice actor though. Like Arden's voice actor was so good.
Heidegger's
Oh
got
my
no
gosh.
idea who he's messing with.
Yeah, I've got a pizza in the fridge that I'm probably gonna eat after this. Listen, Arden's voice actor is like freaking incredible. Wade Dark 92, thanks for the follow. Got to call that name out because it's the same as mine. Wade. You don't remember what Arden sounded like? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Well, let me get excited. Let me tell you, when we get to the 15 streams, I hope you'll hop into a few, just so that we can relish in the perfection that Arden's voice actor is. So, Sir Wade, absolutely like Sir Wade. Okay, so we've got low M units. He's real smart with his programming core, though. That's going to be a challenge. Okay, you like OG Zack and OG Sephiroth?
Tell
Gotcha.
you what,
I like the
never
new
looked
Zack
forward to
voice
an
actor.
execution more in my
What's his name?
entire
Caleb?
life.
I forget his name, but I like the new
You
one.
don't say.
We're about to make fools out of Shinra while the whole damn city's watching. Times like
Caleb
these,
Pierce,
you
thank
gotta
you.
savor.
Thank you.
Oh no. If you're about to ask me to dance,
Lady.
don't.
Come on, don't be shy. How about you, Cloud?
I don't dance.
I don't dance. Yet, brother. Okay, you think so? I like their different charms, to be honest. And I think that the Sephiroth voice in Crisis Core, it really sold me. So I liked Caleb in Crisis Core a lot, especially the back half of that game, because that's gosh, beautiful. He just grows, like his voice acting grows with the character through that game. That was great.
We're running dangerously low on components because of those terrorists.
Copy.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're here.
I'll end this.
I would have never thought that Cody Christian would have made a great Cloud. Like I've said on stream before, I watched All American for a couple years, and I loved him in that. And when I found out he was the voice of Cloud, I was like, what? Bomber, I feel like we're gonna need to take down one AI core just to.
4 consoles.
Yeah.
And never enough keycards.
Yeah, never enough. Too much is never enough. Knock this.
An AI programming core. Should we discard this or something else?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. So I agree with you that Caleb sounds a little whiny in the first half of Crisis Core Reunion, but
I was thinking the same thing.
I think it goes with the character, right? Zach's kind of whiny at that point.
All that we can, at least.
It's all good. The stage is set. All that's left is to hijack Heidegger's show.
Let's hijack it. Let's do it. Did I get all the key cards here? Oh wait, there's one on the ground over here. Let's take out one more big bomber.
Big
A
bomber
himbo.
shells. We should divert them if you think it'll improve our odds.
Big bomber shell flagged for disposal.
Serves you all right.
Yeah, I don't know if my hype for Rebirth could actually get any bigger than it is. It's like all I think about. I'm in class and I'm just like, I just wanna
We're
play.
coming up on the exit. Tifa, detonator still in range?
We should be good.
We should be
The moment Big Boy goes down, you hit that switch.